Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Christmas in July. So here we are from yesterday's work. Our outside is spined, our inside is covered. Excuse me. The book is a bag, right? Then we put the inside and now we have this. And as I was telling you yesterday, it's ways that you can get around any of flaws that you have that you don't really care. You can always add some lace, a little bit of bling, or you could be like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it moving. It's totally up to you. So like right here, this as we struggled yesterday, you remember this was off a little bit, and I'm okay with that kinda. But anyway, I was sitting here thinking, do I want to continue working on this? Because I think we're gonna have to just wait until later on to finish this book. We have today's the last day. If I'm not mistaken, today is the last day. Yes, today is the last day, so it is what it is, right? So anyway, I thought we could work on a few of the pages and then we can come back and finish it up sometime maybe later. This is called Wrapped in Care. It's such a pretty look. You know I have a thing for snow people, snowmen. So I thought we would use this in the front, cut it down. Has some holly. We want to kind of keep it with the theme which is home for the holidays. So we have Christmas. We have a lot of stuff we could go with. But this I want to try to put it on the front cover. Now my measurements is slightly off, and then we're gonna cut this down, and we can make a few tags. So this says home for the holidays, and this could be omitted because it's huge. It won't fit. This is a 6x6 paper pad, so it definitely will not work in this. It's a smaller size, and I think that we could probably try to cut all of this down. I don't know, and see how it goes. I had tore her out before I was gonna make a card, but I didn't. So we're just gonna pull these pieces out. This is the prep right before we start putting in our signatures. Now this may be able to fit if we fussy cut around it, but you know how I feel about fussy cutting. Christmas in the air, snowflakes everywhere. I don't know. I don't think I'll be getting any snow this year, but you know what? Who's to say? Who's to say? So now we're going to go ahead and get our ruler out. And it needs to measure under 4 3/4 by 6 1/4. So we got plenty of space because this is 6x6. So we just need to make sure that this, oh, slightly. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take my scissors. We're just going to do it the bootleg version way first. So we got plenty of room, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this down in that spot. All right, so when I went to cut this thing down, I chopped off part of the stocking. It's noticeable to me, but I don't think it's that noticeable. I went to cut it down and the line wasn't clearly delineated for me, so I'll try to figure that out. But I think we have this front, and I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to really avoid fussy cutting, but these little holly leaves, these little leaves on the side are saying go ahead and cut me out. You know that's what you need to do. So here we go. It's still going to be a bit long, and then I have to go in and trim, 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 trim. I hope that you all have enjoyed the little mini version of Christmas in July that I've given you. I, I thought about doing it last month in June, but you know, sometimes so many things can go on in your life that's um, less needed via public eye, like, and more needed for personal. So a lot of stuff I try or I think about doing sometimes never makes it to the work table because life. You always want to come on and give people, well, some people don't, but in general, I don't ever want to come and be like, guys, today was so horrible. Let me tell you about my bad day. Because I do believe that your energy affects other people's energy. Like how happy you are. I think your happiness is intoxicating as well as your not happiness can be the same exact way. So, like if you call your friend and they're like, "Let me tell you, I had such an amazing day." I think in general, you tend to start smiling because you're happy for them. That human emotion takes takes effect if you genuinely love and care about that person. But then when they tell you, "Oh, I'm not doing so well. I got stung by a bee. We was at a family picnic. I got stung by a bee, so my whole face swole up, and everybody was cracking jokes on me. And at first it was okay, but then I got a big family, and so everybody was like, "Oh my God, what happened to you? It looked like you got in a fight with Mike Tyson." I mean, come on. How many times can you tell a joke for it to be funny and hear it from 10 to 20 people? It's kind of not funny. So I've never been to a family reunion and got stung by a bee for people to crack jokes on me. I'm just using it as an example. But sometimes, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes your happiness is infectious, as well as your, hey guys, well. So I always try to come on and, not be so down. Because there's plenty of things that we could be sad about, but it's also plenty of things you could be happy about, like waking up. Lately, my son is taken into complaining about stuff. And I am like, you the only child I know that complains about having food. The only child I know that complains about having food. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this on the back. Like I had made him two peanut butter and jelly sandwiches one day. Because lately he's been like, can I have two peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? So I gave him two. He's like, I don't want two. I only wanted one sandwich because he was so wrapped up in playing a video game. And I'm like, are you serious? Then he had asked me for this breakfast burrito that I make. It's scrambled eggs, cheese, crumbled up turkey sausage in a shell, flour tortilla, and I made it. And he was like, I don't like this. It's so nasty. Why did you make this for breakfast? I didn't want breakfast. I'm like, what in the world? And so he was just saying some really rude stuff. That if I was less of a human, I would have went in there and knocked him silly. But I just decided not to. I ignored him. So we got this. Oh, this kind of looks matches Holly Jolly Joy, the Holly. Yeah, that wasn't planned. So we got that going on for us. Yay! And now I'm going to. So I cut these as well. We don't have any signatures. That's the problem. That's really what's going on. We don't have any signatures, and I think I'm gonna wait to do the signatures. I'm gonna take some composition paper and cut it down. I have some already and a few note music sheets, and we can do it like that. So we're gonna put this to the side for now. We'll come back and revisit this probably not in August, but it could be in August. And I'm gonna go ahead and make a card. Okay, so we're gonna take this card base since it's like black on the back. We're gonna put this here like this. I think we could put Let It Snow somewhere on here. This snowman is kind of an odd factor. We do have these other ones, like this Merry Christmas probably will look better. So I have to get some green paper Yeah, maybe we could just do this Merry Christmas so we're not stressing, right? Let's see. Nope. And this how you end up with loose sheets and scraps. Yeah, we could do this. And then let me get a sheet, another sheet. All right, so we're gonna go with the tree, and I'm getting a green sheet of paper, and then we're gonna layer it like that. Just put this right in the middle, and I may have some type of stickers or something to go in there, but I don't think I do, and I'm not really sure it needs it, but we'll see. So just gonna put this on here. I watched a video um, of someone that was gluing and using their finger, and I was like, that would be great if you could get over that whole "it's sticky, it's on my finger," and I'm talking to myself about wanting to get over it. I was like, nah, we'll just use our little scraper because it makes us happy. This Aleene's glue has been drying a lot faster than normal lately. I don't know if it's because I'm not putting enough on or what. Okay, so I went to the Dollar Tree a few days ago. A few days ago now, yeah. And I spent some money. I spent $11 and change. I didn't buy a lot of craft stuff. I did buy like a pen holder. And it's so funny because I was like, are you really buying another pen holder? I was like, no, these are for the scissors. Um, so I was like, ooh, how can I put this together? And I was like, no, stop. You bought a bunch of stuff like that a few years back and you never connected the dots. And by connecting the dots, I never put it together. So I left it right there. So I was thinking, oh, this might be cute. Like this, right? But it's not. These are little tags. I'm going to use it, don't worry. But just not in this project because then I have to like cut it down and cover it up. And so now let's just go with the simple basic little card. And you can go on about your lovely day. And I'm going to sit here and think if I want to craft something else. I probably won't. I have some other things I need to get done. So, yeah. I actually got to put on some adulting. I got to put on some clothes and run some errands today. I mean, it's going to be a lovely day. It's Saturday. I think it's going to get up in the high 90s, if not 100. So, wonderful, wonderful time. I remember when I lived in Connecticut. Oh, I never complained about the weather in Connecticut. It was so nice. So nice. Except when it snowed. And we got snowed in because they hadn't had a big snow. Like they got snow, but it was a big snow, and the snow was tearing up the power lines. And so people from other places that have bad weather had to come and help the power people figure out how to get the lines back working. I think we were out without power for a few days. It's so interesting because I had when my mom passed away, I was going through some of her stuff as one does, trying to reconnect and connect and be happy and say, okay, I'm okay with this. And she had wrote something in her one of her little journals. I was like, I didn't even know she kept a journal. I mean, that's the purpose of journaling, right? Not for everybody to know your business, but I was like, oh, okay. So I read some of it. I was like, oh, I wish she had told me, some of those emotions. I would have helped her get through them. All right, so I'm just thinking, do we want to do foam tape, pop dots, pop it up a little bit? I mean, it's kind of plain, right? It's a plain card for the most part. We're going to use these little glue dots. I'm trying to get rid of these things. I like them, just not enough to be like, oh, guys, let's use our glue dots. Glue dots are important. I'm kind of like, let's just get rid of them. more so than anything else. All right, so we got that. And I'm sitting here thinking, do we need something else? Do we need something else, ma'am? And I'm going to sit here and reflect on that. But this is what we made a card for today. Actually, you know what? I don't think we need anything else because I feel like anything would overshadow this. And I should have put those glue dots directly onto the thing, but hopefully it doesn't come up. So I want to say, I hope that you've enjoyed the quick little series. I did have a good time doing it. Maybe in the future I'll be able to commit something else to you all. But until then, I want to say thank you for watching and happy crafting.